So, when we started, we began as kind of a multifaceted product with a player implementation and a page implementation, but in our DNA, we actually were a curation company and we knew it. And about 8 months ago, we woke up and kind of had this aha moment where we said, players are a dime a dozen. There's lots of them out there. They're all good for different reasons. Why don't we just work with everybody? And so we built a Brightcove implementation. We built an Oyala implementation. We were already bringing in Vimeo and Vidler and a whole bunch of other guys. And what it really allowed us to do was to say to customers, put your videos wherever you like, put them as many places as you like, but the presentation, the curation piece, is something that we do exceptionally well. And what's exciting is it feels like the market has now figured that out. We've been saying to publishers for a long time, it's important that you take the thing in your brain, the expertise about your space, and put it on the page. And that doesn't mean making more content. And slowly we're seeing publishers begin to understand that. But the big win for us, which we're announcing today, is that we launched with Time Out New York. And Time Out New York is building a purely curated experience. It's beautiful. It goes live essentially today. And what it means is that their readers will now have access to the massive opportunity of exploring the web, but through the eyes of Time Out editors who are extraordinary experts in their field. When you're an editor of a publication, one of the things you know is there are certain sources that you trust 100%. So you may say, whenever anybody at Joe's Pub publishes a video about an artist, we trust Joe's Pub, it's a great venue, we trust their feed, that can go live automatically. There are other places that we want to be alerted to, hey, new videos have come up from this theater group or this arts organization or this group of restaurants. We don't want to publish them, but we don't want to have to go searching one by one. So what Magnify does is builds with our customers a kind of a sophisticated search algorithm that says, here are places we trust 100%, make them live automatically on our site. Here are places we want to be alerted to, and here are keywords like downtown jazz, Soho, that we want in a limited amount to have our editors look at. And the way that I can describe that best is, if I said to you as an editor, hey Andy, I can get you 10 great videos a week for your site about technology and companies you're interested in, you'd say, oh, okay, 10, sounds like a good number. I said, what if I make that 5,000? You'd say, Steve, what do I look like here? I don't have time to watch 5,000 videos. So being able to help people narrow the funnel to a human scale is really core to our business. We don't see a difference between a page and a player. So once you've built a Magnify video experience, it can be the YouTube player wrapped in your Chrome on your mobile device, in a mobile app, it can be on a library page, it can be inside a blog post, or it can be all three. And so the idea that we think video should be kind of everywhere your visitors are, your viewers are, works really well on the platform. So I've been in the space a long time. We were an OVP, I don't think we are any longer, but I pay attention to it. And I think we have to be honest. The space is in some disarray right now. I mean, what's going on at Kit Digital is, I don't have to tell you about it, you can Google it, it's complicated, and for all the companies that were wrapped up in that business, it's certainly not a good story. I think that what you're seeing is the OVPs who've picked verticals and who don't think that they serve everyone with their platform are doing really well. And Kaltura is a terrific example of that. They dove into education, they do it really well. The education community loves them, they service them like crazy. I admire that. But I don't think this one-size-fits-all video platform in a box solution is where video is going. I think video is getting more complex, and I think you're going to see a low-end player that essentially gets given away. Maybe that's YouTube or maybe it's something else. And then at the high end, I think you're going to see verticalization. I have a personal bias, and then I can tell you kind of industry-wide. I mean, I think HTML5 is super important. We pay a lot of attention to it. I think that as an end user, it's hard for me to be able to separate on my various devices between, oh wait, do I have an app for that, or do I have a link, or have I put a bookmark on it? Net, I think that unless you have a highly complex app with a lot of value, I think it ends up being web-enabled pages. That would be my gut. That being said, though, as a provider of technology, I don't think you get to make that choice. I think customers are going to come to their solutions in their own way, and I think you have to be supportive of them. And so we have, customers like New York Magazine that use Magnify inside their embeddable apps, and I think that's terrific, and also use us on their pages. We power Bookish, which uses us through an API implementation. We really want to be Switzerland, and we think that, but I do think that there's a lot of change coming in the video space. I think we're nowhere near done. don't count out the OTT revolution. It's really, really interesting. And the idea that I can watch TED Talks in my living room on my flat screen with my 15-year-old is exciting as hell.
Good deal. And how are you guys playing in that OTT space?
We think about it a lot. We think our players need to be able to talk to every box out there. We see it as more of an HTML, IPTV application. We don't have a Magnify app for over the top, but we're watching that space.